We want to sincerely, on behalf of the board and management of Cleen Foundation, welcome you to this 4th National Working Group meeting on promoting transparency and accountability in the administration of criminal justice in Nigeria. The Cleen Foundation was established in 1998 as a non-profit organization with the aim of promoting public safety, security, and access to justice. We work in collaboration with civil society organizations, we work with government agencies, we also work with the private sector. In fact, last week we held a training for senior police officers on the administration of criminal justice drawn from the 6 geopolitical zones. And the idea is that they will go back to their states or the zones and commands to replicate the training. So we did more or less a training of trainers workshop. So it's also important that we are deepening the conversation on the administration of criminal justice in Nigeria. I wish to sincerely appreciate our partners for your consistent support through the course of this project implementation. Since the inception of those projects, we have held 3 national working group meetings with the aim of discussing emerging issues from the implementation of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 and to proffer realistic solutions to the identified issues. I also wish to commend and appreciate our project working group members at the state level for all the considered efforts they have put in making this work a progress. Please, can we put our hands together for our data collectors? And for those of us who have not visited Owazi, please try and visit. You'll see that some states are working harder than other people. And we commend those who are working very hard. They say the reward for hard work is more work. And the idea is hopefully one day we will have an Acja report, law report, which is hard copy. And hopefully it will be cited in our courts, not just the Nigerian Weekly Law Report. So put your hands together for the work you are doing. The project working groups, both at the state and national level, have witnessed robust inputs from a blend of stakeholders. These stakeholders include lawyers, policymakers, researchers, civil society organizations, law enforcement personnel, security officials, and experts in the field of criminal justice. This meeting is convened under a project centered on promoting accountability and transparency in the administration of criminal justice in Nigeria. The project uses the tool of digitization of court proceedings and judgments on corruption to promote accountability and transparency in Nigeria. The project principally seeks to monitor cases of corruption in relation to Acja 2015 through a web-based platform, Owazi, which is functional, well-resourced, accessible, and within the reach of the public. We remain grateful to Macarthur Foundation for their support, and also Docs, based in Geneva, for partnering with us to set up the platform. But beyond that also, what we are planning now is to set up resource centers in different parts of the country. I think we'll be starting with the 6 geopolitical zones. I know we have received materials for some resource centers like in Abuja, in Oyo, in Anambra State, and other places where lawyers, ordinary Nigerians can walk in, access these materials, and actually use it in supporting our case for promoting accountability and transparency in the criminal justice system. Undeniably, we all share a mutual interest for effective and satisfactory justice delivery within our criminal justice sector, and all share an important stake in the manner in which the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 is implemented. The main thrust of this meeting focuses on gaining a broader knowledge on the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 and effective strategies for its implementation, with a bias for promoting anti-corruption efforts through the application of the law.
Thank you, Cleen Foundation, for honoring us with your invitation. We are and always will be pleased to be involved with any effort that promotes the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. We are so impressed with the remarkable work done by Cleen Foundation to take this law forward. It's not today that Cleen has been inviting us to these things, that we've been working with Cleen, and we are so proud of you. I'm proud to be associated with you and to be a member of your team as we all work together as CSOs, civil society organizations, to improve and upgrade Nigeria's criminal justice system. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to today.
My name is Izua Aegero Adinga. I'm from Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies. As you all know, NIAS now has a new Director General, so the acting Director General is unavoidably absent, considering that the Director General is resuming this morning. So there's a lot of handing over going on at the Institute right now. The acting Director General, who I'm representing, has sent his goodwill messages to Cleen Foundation. I know we've been doing a lot with them, and currently we are also in the Macarthur grant sponsorship, and we are at the field involved in data collection, and we produce quite a lot in terms of our bulletin from the data we've collected within the FCT. NIAS is also involved in stakeholder training in the 6 geopolitical zones, and we've been able to cover Enugu, that's the southeast, southwest, and north central for now, and very soon they will be going to other regions. While we look forward to collaborating, more collaborations with Cleen, we also, the Acting Director General wishes to wish you a successful deliberation this morning. Thank you.
My name is Kehinde Adegbite. I must say that I'm happy to be here again. My law firm, Kehinde Adegbite & Co. Ibadan, joined this project since 2017. Yes, 2017, 2018. And we have made a lot of progress, I must say. I must also state that Cleen Foundation has contributed in no small measure, even to my own increased interest in criminal justice system. I was in the Ministry of Justice for many years, but after I left, I didn't know that I would have much to do with criminal justice system again until I came on board. And I realized that even when I don't have criminal cases to handle, because of this project, I would read through the act, get myself involved in a lot of advocacy activities, and personally, more than an average legal practitioner, I'm quite familiar with the provisions of Acja and ACJ Health. So personally, is a gain for me. And apart from what I do in terms of the meetings we hold, in terms of information sharing as well. So I've been able to empower a lot of actors as well, talking about police officers and other law enforcement agents. So for me, it's an interesting experience. And coming here today, I know I'm going to gain more. And when it is time for experience sharing, I know I'm going to learn from other state partners. So in a nutshell, I'm happy to be here and wish everybody a fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
I bring regards. I also bring regards from one of my little kids who entered the office one of those days during school run. And she said, "Daddy, they didn't spell this clean very well." You know? So it gave me opportunity to explain what clean actually is, different from clean, you know? So it's Cleen Foundation, but at the same time, I think we're cleaning the foundations of Nigeria's justice and criminal justice sector, isn't it? Yes, so on behalf of everyone from the Southeast, I want to say thank you for coming and thank you for inviting us again to share and rub minds again on the issues. The Nigerian Bar Association, Oka branch, have become enthused by the things that they see us do, that they are asking certain questions around having to come to see whether they could gain the capacity to be able to do even the monitoring at their level. So I think that's one thumbs up for this entire platform and what this project is doing. I thought you would clap for that. So thank you very much. Welcome.
It's tasked with ensuring, among other things, that criminal matters are dealt with speedily, and congestion of criminal cases in court is drastically reduced. Congestion in prison is reduced to the barest minimum, and the persons awaiting trial are, as far as possible, not detained in prison custody. That is, the use of administrative bail is something that we should prioritize, which I will address in the later part of my presentation. We'll also have to ensure that relationship between the organs charged with the responsibility for all aspects of the administration of criminal justice is cordial. I am still reciting the section 470. It's a lot more than that, but I've picked up the most essential that will be of interest to us in this discussion, in this forum. And that we should engender maximum cooperation amongst those justice stakeholders, which is exactly what we are doing this morning. And also the omnibus ground, that is, it covers all other ground, and it empowers us to carry out all such other activities as are necessary for the effective and efficient administration of criminal justice. That is the statutory obligations. It's almost the same when you say access to justice, statutorily mandated the legal aid counsel, prosecutor, in terms of the Ministry of Justice and the police, law enforcement agency. That is what the ACJMC is tasked to do. So let me give you a little bit an understanding of the structure of the ACJMC itself, and who are these people that comprises the ACJMC Monitoring Committee, and why is it a committee? I think it's also a matter that I will also address. For Section 469, which precedes the 470, clearly established the monitoring committee itself, and it comprises of this set of people. The CJ of the FCT as the chairman of that, that's the Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory, my Lord Honorable Acja Bello, who we all know to be very passionate about reform. And we have the Attorney General of the Federation, all his representative, not below a director. Now, that is the requirement that the AG himself, the CJ himself, should be part of this member, and it shows you the level of high level that are comprises of this committee, who are actually meant to be carried out to draft out policies and the guidance to do the in the implementation of the ACJA. But what we have usually is that we do not have that level of representation. Sometimes you see not even a director in the Ministry of Justice representing the Attorney General in the statutory meeting where policy making decisions are meant to be taken. And those are one of the lapses that I've recognized